The question was find x from the equation. This was the equation given: a plus x plus root over a square minus x square divided by a plus x minus root a square minus x square is equal to b by
Sir, which
x.
chapter?
This is componendo and dividendo. Last time I was discussing, I stopped here. So this
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
you can write this in this manner. Okay. I have taken a plus x together and I have separated the radical. Now I see there's a plus sign here and there's a minus sign here. That means if I apply componendo and dividendo, that is if I add and subtract the numerators, certain terms are going to cancel. So by componendo and dividendo, I can write.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. This is your numerator, and in the curly brackets you have your denominator. Okay. Next, I open the brackets. C square minus x square. Okay, now next, what will cancel here? You see that in the numerator this cancels, and in the denominator a plus x and a plus x cancel. So what you get in the numerator is twice a plus x divided by twice root a square minus x square. Okay, these two will cancel. So what I'm going to get is a plus x by root a square minus x square, b plus x by b minus x. Okay. Now there's a radical here. So what I do is I square both sides in order to remove the radical. I square both sides in order to remove the radical. So I get a plus x whole square divided by only a square minus x square. Or better still, in fact, before squaring, this is a better step. See that a plus x into a minus x, a plus x into a minus x can be written as root over of a plus x into root a plus x. And in the denominator, I can write root over of a square minus x square as a plus x into a minus x. That means this can be written as yes, I can write or not this way. I
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Sir, no, sir, no, sir.
why can't I write? Tell me.
Sir, y root over a plus x.
Why root over of a plus x? Which one? Numerator or denominator?
Sorry, sorry. Sir, sorry. Root under, sir, numerator.
Because I can write the denominator as a plus x into a minus x. See now what happens.
Yes. What? Oh,
Understood?
yes,
That
sir.
is why I have written a plus x as root a plus x into root a plus x. Now I'll square both sides. Okay. Now what I'll do is I'll again apply component and dividend because I see I have a plus x, a minus x, and here I have b plus x whole square, b minus x whole square. So again I apply component and dividend. The numerator plus denominator divided by numerator minus the denominator. Okay. I'll simply expand. Open the brackets on the left hand side. A plus x plus a minus x. And here I'll expand. I keep the brackets. I'll open the brackets in the next step because in the denominator I have a negative sign. Let's see what happens. You have plus x and minus x cancelling out. So only left with 2a. And here what happens? You have plus a and minus a cancelling out. So you have only x left. Now you open the brackets on the right hand side. Okay. So clearly this 2 cancels. Plus 2bx cancel with minus 2bx. And plus b square cancel with minus b square. This plus x square cancel with this. You get a by x is equal to twice of b square plus x square divided by 4bx. 2bx plus 2bx is 4bx. So what happened? This cancels with this. So what do I get? A by x is equal to b square plus x square divided by 4bx. Right? Now I cross multiply. I get b square plus x square.
Sir, it will be 2bx.
Yeah, it will be 2bx. So x into b square plus x square is equal to twice abx. That means you get x cube plus b square x is equal to 2abx. Means x cube plus b square x minus 2abx is equal to 0. Now if I take x common from all these, you get x into x square plus b square minus 2ab, right, is equal to 0. That means either x equal to 0 or x plus b square minus 2ab is equal to 0. That means either x square, either x is equal to 0 or x square is equal to 2ab minus b square. That means either x is equal to 0 or x is equal to plus or minus square root of 2ab minus b square. This is your answer. Any step not clear?
No, sir, clear.
To anyone not clear? I hope everyone's clear.
Sir, one more question I have.
Yes. Tell me.
Sir, from chapter test.
I don't have chapter test here. Maybe I'll answer it in the next class. You send me,
Okay.
send it to me on WhatsApp. You have a picture.
Yes, sir, I have a picture.
Send it in the group.
Okay, sir.
Sir, do you know that we have got the timetable?
Yes.
We are going to get the
every
timetable.
day we have your class.
No,
You
I
will
have
get your
got it.
timetables. You will from next week. You will have a change schedule. That is
Every day we have your
Every
class.
day.
for
ma'am.
every day. For
Yes.
every day, I will. Till now, your classes were on
Sir,
alternate days for a 1
test,
hour.
test.
This time, it will be 40 minutes every day. That is the difference. Okay. So your timings I will send you by tomorrow.
Sir, you will not take any test.
If there are any tests, then I will announce. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yes, Apurva, I'm waiting for you.
Sir, I'm sending. Please wait for 2 minutes. It's going net is slow.
Okay. Let me just introduce you to trigonometric identities till then. Trigonometric identities, you already know these formulas. This will apply sine and cosec reciprocal of each other, cos and sec reciprocal of each other, tan and cot reciprocal of each other. Okay, this all we have done. All these formulas in class 9 we have done. Besides, These square relations we have done. Sine square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. And from this comes the other two forms, which better you remember the other two forms also, where you have
Yes.
to express sine in terms of cos and you have to express cos in terms of sine. Okay. And let me finish then. For this one, for cosec square theta is equal to 1 plus cot square theta, the next square relation, you have to remember the other two forms also. Cosec square minus cot square is 1, and cosec square minus 1 is equal to cot square. Okay. Again, the third one, sec square theta is equal to 1 plus tan square theta. The other two forms, sec square minus 1 is equal to tan square, and sec square minus tan square is equal to 1. And of course, you have these relations, the complementary angle formulas, where sine will change to cos. Sine 90 minus theta is equal to cos. If you want to change sine to cos, you have to subtract with 90. If you want to change cos to sine, you have to subtract with 90, and so on. Tan changes to cot, cot changes to tan, sec changes to cosec, cosec changes to sec. Now these formulas majorly will not be applying too much. Okay. And of course, the standard angles you have to remember. These standard angles, sine, cos and tan, 0, 30, 45, 60 and 90. Okay. Now before I move on to the identities, now Purva, you tell me what number you have of confusion in.
Sir, question number 12.
If Q
The
is
question number 17.
Q is the mean proportional between P and R. Q is the mean proportional between P and R. That means P, Q, R are in proportion. P, Q, R are in proportion. Q is the mean proportional between P and R. That means P by Q is equal to Q by R. Prove that this. That means you have Q square is equal to PR. Okay. You need to prove that P square plus 3Q square is equal to this. Start from the left hand side. Left hand side is equal to P square minus 3Q square plus R square. Okay. So instead of Q square, you substitute the value P square minus 3. What is the value of Q square? PR. Plus R square. So you get P square minus 3PR plus R square. Okay. And what is your right hand side? Right hand side is Q to the power of 4. 1 by P square minus 3 by Q square plus 1 by R square. Now Q to the power of 4 can be written as Q square square. 1 by P square minus 3 by,
Sir,
yes,
sir, in LHS you wrote P square minus 3PR. Sir, it is written minus Q square from where PR came.
Q square is equal to PR. Since P, Q, R are given to be in proportion, Q square must be equal to PR.
Yes.
So here again we have a Q square here, you have a Q square here. So you can substitute PR. PR square. 1 by P square minus 3 by, again Q square is equal to PR plus 1 by R square. Now you take the LCM, P square R square. Take the LCM. Here will be P square R square will be the LCM. Now if you divide P square R square by P square, what do you get? You get R square. R square into 1 is R square. Minus P square R square by PR is PR. Multiplied by 3, you get 3PR. 3PR. And P square R square by R square is P square, and P square into 1 is P square. So this cancels with this. So what do you get? You get R square minus 3PR plus P square. Check LHS is equal to RHS or not. Apurva, check LHS is equal to RHS or not.
Sir, it is yes.
Fine. So then this is done. Okay. So we now move on to trigonometry. Yes, trigonometric identities. Now I'll skip the some of the first few sums. Okay. And what I intend to start with is I will do the important sums only. I have solved all the important problems, not important. In fact, I've solved all the exercises, all the problem in the exercises here, right? So what I'll do is I'll explain only the important ones to you. Let us start with 12.2. Now, all these examples that you are seeing, all these problems that you're seeing on the screen, these are all class 9 standard problems. I don't know why they have given in this textbook, but uh, it should not have been given. These are not your class 10 questions, but still I have done them. You go through them just because it is given in the textbook. So not much of a problem also going through all these. So I'll start with 12.2. Now see, in trigonometry, the fundamental idea in whenever you are getting a problem on trigonometric identities, your thumb rule here is that if you see a combination of tan, sine, cos, you change tan to sine by cos. Okay. If you see a combination of sine and cos, you change either sine to cos or cos to sine. Okay. If you see a combination of cosec and cot, you know that cosec square theta is equal to 1 plus cot square theta. If you see a combination of cosec and cot, you change cosec to cot or cot to cosec, because you know that cosec square theta is equal to 1 plus cot square theta. If you see an expression in sec and tan, you know that sec square theta is equal to 1 plus tan square theta. So you either change sec to tan or tan to sec. Okay, that is the fundamental idea that you need to know. Most of the questions, 90% of the questions can be done if you change tan to cos, if you change sine to cos, if you change sine square to cos square, if you change say cosec to cot. Okay, depends on the problem. If in the problem, if you see tan, the combination of tan, sine and cos, your first step is to change tan to sine by cos. Okay, these are the major techniques that I am telling you. If you see cosec and cot, you change cosec to cot or cot to cosec. If you see sec and tan, you change sec to tan or tan to sec. If you see sec and cos, you change sec to cos. You change if you see in the expression, if you see a combination of sec and cos, you change sec to cos. If you see in an expression, if there's a combination of cosec and sine, you change cosec to sine. Okay, these are the major rules that you want to remember. Now there are some smaller techniques which I will discuss when I'll be doing the problems. Let us consider 12 part 2, this problem. If you see in this problem, you need to prove that 1 plus tan square theta a into 1 minus sine a into 1 plus sine a is equal to 1. This is what you have to prove. So we start from the left hand side. Now you see in this expression has a tan and this expression has sine. So I told you, whenever you see a combination of tan, sine and cos, or tan and sine, or tan and cos, you change tan to sine by cos. Okay. So what I have done here is I have changed tan square a to sine by cos, and then I have simplified. Okay. Now the next trick comes here when you see that you have 1 minus sine a into 1 plus sine a. Okay. Now I have changed this cos square a to 1 minus sine square a. What you can also do is you have say 1 by cos square a into 1 minus sine a into 1 plus sine. What you can also do is I have changed this cos to 1 minus sine square a. What you can also do is from here, this is a minus b into a plus b. So this will become a square minus b square. So I can write this as 1 minus sine square a. And 1 minus sine square a, you know, is cos square a. So ultimately this and this will cancel. So whether you change this cos to 1 minus sine, or you change this 1 plus sine a into 1 minus cos a to cos, ultimately they are going to cancel. Okay, that is the difference. You can do this way also. Let's move to the next problem. The next problem is 14.1. Now in 14.1, what you see is in the numerator you have 1 plus cos, in the denominator in fact, you have a 1 plus cos A, and here in the denominator you have 1 minus cos A. Now ideally what I say is that if I see a 1 plus cos A in the denominator, if I see a 1 plus cos A, remember this, ideally when I see a 1 plus cos A in the denominator, I am extremely tempted, and this is what you should be doing, to change the denominator to a sign. How can I change the denominator to a sign? By multiplying the numerator and the denominator by 1 minus cos A. So whenever I see a 1 plus cos A or a 1 minus cos A in the denominator, I am always tempted to multiply one. If I see a 1 plus cos A, I am tempted to multiply the numerator and denominator by 1 minus cos A. If I see a 1 minus cos A, then I am tempted to multiply the numerator and the denominator by 1 plus cos A.
Sir, what is the purpose of doing this?
The purpose of doing this is that, see, here and here, both ways, the purpose of doing this is I will get a 1 minus cos A in the numerator, and in the denominator again this will be A plus B into A minus B. So this will become A square minus B square. So that I'll get 1 minus cos A by sine square A. And this now can be written as, if you separate, if this can be written as 1 by sine square A minus cos A by sine square A. Understood? Did you understand?
Yes, sir.
Similarly here,
Yes, sir.
1 plus cos A by 1 minus cos square A, which is again sine square A. So I can write this as 1 by sine square A plus cos A by sine square. That is why I am always tempted to multiply. If I see a 1 plus cos A in the denominator, I am tempted to multiply the numerator and denominator by 1 minus cos A. Similarly, for 1 minus cos A, if I see, I am tempted to multiply by 1 plus cos A in the numerator and denominator because of the following steps. But what you see is that this expression is actually a sum of a fraction containing 1 plus cos A in the denominator and 1 minus cos A in the denominator. You can proceed in this way, no problem. You can multiply this by 1 minus cos A, this fraction by 1 minus cos A, and this fraction by 1 plus cos A in the numerator and denominator respectively. Or just because I see that uh, I have 1 plus cos A and 1 minus cos A in the denominator, I can also take the LCM, because if I take the LCM, I am taking a product of A plus B into A minus B. You understood? Because I have a sum of 1 plus cos A and 1 minus cos A, I can take the LCM, because I know that if I take the LCM, I will get a plus B into A minus B in the denominator. So either you can proceed separately. You can multiply this fraction by 1 minus cos A in the numerator and denominator. You can multiply this fraction in the numerator and denominator by 1 plus cos A, and then you can simplify in the manner that I have shown you here. Or you can take the LCM, because the denominator here is very, very convenient. Denominator here you have 1 plus cos A and 1 minus cos A. If you take the LCM, you are actually multiplying A plus B into A minus B, which is A square minus B square, which is 1 minus cos square A. And you know 1 minus cos square A is sine square A. See what I have got? I've got 1 minus cos square A, and in the next step I have got denominator as sine square A. Clear? The technique. The technique will not be mentioned in any book. You can see 100 textbooks. Okay, this technique, if you remember, this will work for all. This will be a universal technique, from which, if you remember and if you can understand these techniques, then you can solve any trigonometric problem that is there in your syllabus. Okay, look at this. Not 14.2. Yes, I'll do 15.1. 15.1, this one. You see here, just the technique that I told you. You have to prove that sine A by 1 plus cos A is equal to 1 minus cos A by sine A. What do you see in the denominator? You see a 1 plus cos A. And what did I tell you when I see a 1 plus cos A in the denominator? Lead me not into temptation, isn't it? Yes or no? No one says anything. Are they there or sleeping? All are sleeping.
Sir, we are there.
No, sir, I'm here.
I'm also there.
Mm-hmm.
Sir, you understand, no? When we are saying nothing, that means we understood.
Yes, right.
Because I'm not used to this method of teaching. That's why. I'm used to seeing your faces and understanding whether you are understanding or not. So that's why, I seek reassurance most of the time.
So from Monday, you will get to see our faces also.
How so?
Yes, sir.
How so?
Sir, Camden Miss told that we have to on
Yes,
our
we have
video
to
classes.
You have to what?
On
switch
the
on our
video,
cameras.
on.
Switch on what? Cameras.
Camera, yes,
For what? Why do you need a camera in mathematics? That is evident to everyone. In mathematics, you don't
Sir,
need
you all,
cameras. No. Camera is
sir,
not required.
excuse me, sir, listen. Now only you told that you got the habit of looking at our faces and understand. That's why it is better.
Now see,
that
I
you
won't
do.
have space on my screen if I just keep on gazing at your face, Apurva.
I'm not talking about only my face. There are many.
Yeah, because I'm talking to you, that is why I'm telling you about you only. Okay. So what I mean is that if I have cameras on my screen, I won't have any space to write. And what will I do with seeing 60 faces at one time, and that too on cameras? I mean, digital media is fine. I mean, all the gimmicks about digital media is fine, but mathematics is not about gimmicks. Mathematics is about truth. So you just need
Sir,
to see
then
the
you have to understand like this only. When we are not saying
yes.
anything, you have
My
to
see,
understand. That means your students
So you will get
understand.
to know who
I
is
seek
studying and who is not.
I seek reassurances by verbal nods. You know what are verbal nods? When you're saying so verbal nods.
No, sir.
That is a verbal nod. So that is why
Okay.
I'm seeking reassurances so that I get the energy to move forward. If I don't get verbal
Okay.
nods in between, then I won't get the energy to move forward. That is the main thing. I'll always have something in my mind that you are not understanding. That is the main thing here.
Doubts.
Okay. So I have 2 minutes left. Coming, I think I'll disconnect. You come back.